April 14th. Thanks for joining me in the bog. We're gonna see what we can find today. Well, I just got to the bog and pulled up here at where the traditional sharp-tailed grouse blind has been on the Rotchek farm, and I'm looking out there and I don't see anything. The DNR blind that's normally up for viewing isn't there. And then Mr. Rotchek pulls up and said, "Was that a timber wolf?" And I said, "Where?" And he said, "I thought that's what you were looking at." And I was looking to the east for the lek, for the dancing sharp-tailed grouse. And he said when I pulled up, a timber wolf ran out of basically the ditch to the west. I don't see him now.
He must have went in the woods. He was moving pretty fast.
And I didn't see it, and then I saw something out there. I threw up my binoculars, and it certainly was a wolf. And by the time I got my camera up, it was in the woods. And bummer. And the other bummer was that Mr. Rotchek says there's only 3 sharp-tailed grouse left at this spot. But this is the spot where Mr. Rotchek puts out the feeders and usually gets sharp-tailed grouse, but there haven't been many this winter, so that explains that. Well, it was still pretty cool. There were 3 sharp-tailed grouse dancing still, and I guess 3's still a group, 2's a pair. I don't know. Well, let's just hope they have a good nesting season, and there's some females watching those guys dance, and that they can raise some more young. So I got a little closer here over on Rotchek Road, and yeah, I got to see them. I put the 2x extender on the lens so I could zoom in a bit, but yeah, always fun to watch them. They're out on what's called a lek, which is a dancing ground, and they do that dance where they stamp their feet, spread their wings, they blow up. They have little purple air sacs on the sides of their neck. They're basically showing off for the females, and so yeah, I hope there's some females watching, because they're putting on a pretty good show. Yeah, it is 10-11 degrees, and my trigger finger, my shutter finger, is frozen. But let's move on. Let's see what else we can find. Well, I did hear cranes out there, and couldn't see them though. They must be tucked down in that wet area over there. But had a late rough-legged hawk. They'll spend the winter with us, some of them here in Sax-Zim, but they nest up in the tundra where they live on lemmings. Here they feast on voles, and we have plenty of voles. This year we had a ton of roughlegs in late fall, and then coming back in the spring, but not too many this winter. But they'll winter all over the northern Great Plains. But yeah, that guy better get back to the tundra. It's April 14th, and he's got a long way to go. I know those of you who have been here know that the bog is not just bog, but a mix of habitats, including farmland and hay fields and meadows and aspen forests and maple forests, lakes, rivers, and towns. But even this open farmland hayfield is good habitat for sharp-tailed grouse. You'll have magpies anywhere you have farm animals. You get upland sandpiper, bobolinks. Well, that was pretty dang exciting. I just pulled up to this little creek here off Stickney, and there's some hooded mergansers, and I've always had terrible luck getting hooded merganser photos and video, and there was about a dozen of them, and they were displaying, and for once they didn't fly away the second I stopped, because they can be really shy birds. And so I got some just short clips of video of them displaying, which is pretty cool. But they're all kind of jammed in here because this creek is open and most of them are frozen this morning. And there's also a pair of wood ducks back there. Probably can't hear it right now, but there are about hundreds of juncos in the bog, and they are chasing each other, and they are all amped up. Yeah, most of us just think of them as feeder birds in the fall and spring, but this is their habitat. Juncos nest in the boreal forests of Canada and northern US, including the Sax-Zim Bog. They make nests deep in the sphagnum moss back in the bog. It is cold. Ice is booming. Robin trying to get worms from frozen ground. Decided to come over to Stone Lake here, mostly frozen still. A little open water on at the outlet side, but we had some waterfowl. Canada goose pair, 3 beautiful drake mallards, another mallard pair, male and female, and then out in the open part of the lake on the west side, a raft of ringneck ducks. They're one of the earliest ducks to return. And on the drive into Stone Lake we had a late northern shrike, which was pretty cool. They've got to get back up to just south of the tundra, where they nest in the scrubby lands bordering the tundra. You hear the raven? The ravens are nesting now. They're on eggs, probably have young. So I think now let's go over to Mary Lou's, see what she's got going. Little snow left from the winter. We had a ton of snow early on this winter, and then yeah, we didn't have snow for quite a while, but a little bit hanging on here and there in the bog. Well, that was nice on the way out from Stone Lake. On the west side, found a nice raft of about a dozen common mergansers and a pair of green-winged teal. Just looking for more rough-legged hawks or kestrels. Have seen one kestrel so far. There was a pair of wood ducks. Oh, I gotta go back. Yes, got the wood ducks. That was nice because, I mean, it wasn't great footage, but wood ducks hate me for some reason. I've never had good luck with wood ducks. I'm surprised no trumpeter swans. A few weeks ago, when there was not really hardly any open water, there were a couple pairs hanging out on the snow-covered ice waiting for the best nesting territories. Really cool experience of a northern harrier male, the gray ghost, catching I think it was a vole and eating it out in the field. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Mary Lou's feeders again, so was the one previous to this. Sure, most of you recognize that this is Mary Lou's feeders, or Lou's feeders, and no evening grosbeaks today. I'm sure they're getting ready to nest in the pine forests of northern Minnesota and Canada. But tons of juncos, hairy and downy woodpeckers, male and female purple finch. That was nice. Well, that was awesome. Thanks for joining me, Sparky Stensaas, in the Sax-Zim Bog today for our first Friends of Sax-Zim Bog virtually live field trip. And yeah, it was a good one. It was a really good one. Superstar bird of the day for me, definitely the hooded merganser. Saw him in 3-4 spots. Had that group of 12 with the males displaying. Got it in slow motion video. So cool. Also got audio recordings of their little growl they do when they display. And that, how about that that pair along Stone Lake Road? I mean, a male and female, just cooperative. Usually they're gone the minute you tap the brakes, but those guys put on a show. Yeah, so this was fun. See you next week. Hopefully it'll be a little warmer than 20 degrees. I think it's 20 degrees now. Woo! And yeah, stay safe, have fun, happy hunkering. But if you want to get out, you can roam around the Sax-Zim Bog. A lot of fun. Let's do it again.